Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, all of my 7 2/4 subscribers. It's been a while. I've been focusing on work, getting money to actually buy the figures for you guys to see me review. Also because I've been just extremely fucking lazy. But that's besides the point. Today I'm back and we're coming at you with a fresh video, a new figure that just came out this month actually. And as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Starscream. He's my favorite Transformer, as you can see, along with Optimus Prime. But today we're technically looking at Starscream because it's a third-party figure, my first third-party figure, and I'm very excited to review it for you guys. I have the box, I have all the accessories, I have the instructions. Man, it's like I'm actually professional. Yeah, right. So today we're going to take a look at what I believe one of the best Starscream figures on the market. The Newage H-13 Lucifer. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so like I said, this is my first third-party figure, and I gotta say, I am really liking it. Lucifer is on station. Now, as you can see, he is pretty damn tiny. He is a legend-sized figure, designed to be compatible in scale with other Legends figures from, normal lines. Now, before we get into the actual figure, we're going to take a look at his box, because this is just one of the cleanest boxes I have seen for any figure, really. As you can see, we have Legendary Heroes, F-15, pathetic fools, there is no escape. His line from the Transformers 1986 movie, when he got absolutely clapped by some doors. We have some Nazi text here. F-15 Eagle, there's Newage, and the artwork here is a callback to the original G1 box artwork. That's how he looked. And as you can see right here, we have number 13 Air Commander Lucifer, which I think is just a badass name. Turning on the side, we get Legendary Heroes. We get a look at the figure in robot mode and his vehicle mode. On the back, we get a little diorama of him, Megatron, and Soundwave. And what I think is cool is that their Megatron's name is Agamemnon, which I don't know what it is, but I'll put like some text over here to show you what it means. Warning labels if you're into that. And the other side of the box is pretty much the same, but it's a very tiny box, but it's a very tiny figure. So back to the figure. As seen, and yes, although since he's a third-party figure, he did not have any Decepticon logos, but I went ahead and put on some Toy Hack stickers to really complete the look, because without that, he looked very naked, and not in the cool way. We're talking in the kind of stupid way, in the really gross way, the one where you're walking on your parents at 8 p.m. Why is it 8 p.m., guys? I'm still awake. What the fuck? I swear. I'm sorry, I had some memories. Anyway, so looking at the figure, as you can see, he is his F-15 Eagle, and he looks absolutely fantastic. The painting on this guy is perfect. We have that gray off-white for most of them. We have the white stripe, red here. We have the gold cockpit, which looks really good. We have the blue here on the fins. Turn around to the back, we have these thrusters, which are made of die-cast metal, as well as his feet. If you look at the bottom, yeah, sure, you can see his hands and part of his head, but this guy is tiny, and his engineering for his size is absolutely fantastic. I will show you the transformation and how crazy it is. I don't know what I'm doing. But as you can see, he does have landing gear, which we can retract. This one just folds up right here, and these two just fold up here, but the feet kind of get in the way. So we're actually just going to move the feet out of the way a little bit so we can close those up completely. That'll help us for the transformation. But yeah, I mean, this guy looks absolutely fantastic, but that's not all that comes in this box. It's not just this figure. Seen here, he has his signature null rays, which just come off very easily on these pegs. We're going to actually move Lucifer here out of the way. As you can see, very tiny, but well sculpted. Pretty good. And you get a plethora of accessories with this guy. You can actually, if you want, you can replace the null rays with these two missiles, and they look pretty cool too, but we'll show those off more in robot mode. He has some effect parts, which we'll get into, but the two effect parts I want to show you are his blast effects that he has, two of them. As you can see, they're made of this clear and clear blue translucent plastic, and they actually rotate, seen here. And what you can do is you can peg them into the back, make it look like he's, you know, shooting off. Now, yes, these are made of clear plastic, and I don't know how these guys are going to hold up in the long run, so just, you know, bear with it, be careful, don't break your figures. Now, he has blast effects, but that would be kind of useless without a stand, and luckily he comes with an included stand. The stand arm is removable, as seen here, and it is posable. It has a hinge joint here, and a hinge joint here, and it can actually come apart so you can make it longer or shorter if you want to. He has multiple different bits here. This is the normal peg that he can use, but he also comes with a claw that you could open up. I'm trying to do it with one hand. You can open it up and clip it around his waist if you want. You also come with this little bit, which is to help with if you have the Skywarp and Thundercracker versions, to help, you can actually take multiple versions of this stand and turn it into a space bridge, which is cool, but I don't have money for that, so we're just not going to worry about that. And what I think is one of his coolest accessories, and it comes with both the Skywarp and the Thundercracker versions. He comes with a little Megatron. That looks pretty sick. I mean, these can't come off. It's all one piece, but it looks great. We're going to get to that in robot mode just because it looks amazing. Getting back to the figure here, we're going to be doing some size comparisons to show you just how tiny he really is. So, just to really give you a sense of scale, here is Lucifer and here is my Universe Deluxe Starscream. And yeah, he's smaller, definitely smaller. They both look pretty good together, to be honest. The coloring is pretty spot on with Lucifer, and they look pretty good. But something that's a little bit more in scale is one of the new Legends figures that they came out with the new Evergreen designs. This is that Legends Starscream, which is not very good. I might actually review it at one point. But as you can see, Lucifer's actually a little bit bigger. And so, also this block here. But, I mean, like I said, there's the size. Now, once again, I have to mention the stand again, because when you get Lucifer on the stand and in the air, you can create some really nice, really nice display options. So we're just going to put those back. We're going to take his null rays, if I can find them. I found them. And you can just plug those back into the wings. You take your stand, and there's a small hole right here that he just pegs into pretty nicely. And we're actually going to move the camera to show you. As you can see, you get some pretty fantastic shots with this stand. So we're actually going to transform him now, and we're just going to be very careful when transforming Lucifer, because since he's small and his transformation is indeed complicated to an extent, you can actually end up breaking the figure. I did develop a stress mark on one part, and I'll show you that section when we get to it. So once again, just be careful with your figures. Don't be like me and have these disgusting, evil, strong hands to break the figure. But we're going to transform Lucifer. So the first thing that you're going to do when transforming Lucifer is essentially come around here to the bottom and untab these sections here. They're going to become part of the back. Now, you want to take a bit right here and flip it down, but it's kind of difficult. So what I like to do is I like to take a little tweezer here, get into this crease, and pop it out. It is a little bit difficult, but once you get it, you get it. As you can see, you just pop that out, rotate it down. Now we take the whole cockpit and bring it back. We're going to worry about that a little bit later, because now we're going to focus on the arms. So the way the arms work is they are pegged in on the sides or on the bottoms towards the elbows. And we essentially just want to kind of pry them out like so and rotate them outwards, getting them out of the way. We're going to extend the arms here, rotate and rotate. Take this hinge and close up the arm and rotate it so it's facing forward. And you have the arms pretty much done. We're going to bring them down later in the transformation. For the wings, you're just going to unpeg them from the sides here, like so. We're just going to angle them out and get them out of the way, like so. Now for this cockpiece part. And this was honestly one of the most scary parts of this figure when I first handled it, but with a little bit of practice and actually knowing how to work with your figures, you can get it no problem. So once again, we're going to take these tweezers and we're going to split this nose cone. It's pretty helpful if you have a tool when it comes to smaller transformers. We're just going to fold that down like so. We're then going to come around here, and there's multiple ways of doing this, but what I do is I rotate it at this joint right here, and then at this joint I rotate this bit only upwards. Once we get everything out of the way that these two bits work is you want to first rotate that down, then flip it around. Don't try doing it in one motion. As you can see, I'm about to do it with the other side. They can get caught because I don't know if you can see, but right there I have a stress mark, and that made me very scared. Alright, so a bit of a mistake here in terms of the order of which things go. You actually are supposed to flip everything out before you bring the cockpit forward. Mistake. Let's try this again. So we're just going to get everything back to where it was. Alright, we can now bring this forward. Now we do that bit, and we're just going to use some movie magic. So we have that. That was a horrible effect. We're then going to take this bit right here and rotate it down and push it down so we can rotate this whole section inward. We're going to bring it up closer so you get a better look. Rotate it all the way inward and push it in while getting these wings out of the way. So it slots in, and then you can just push it down until it pegs into place. This can be pretty difficult, but oh look, there you go. If you just push down in here, it'll peg into place with an audible snap. So now, once we've closed this back flap up that we made, we're just going to peg this peg into this screw hole here, like so. We can now angle the wings properly, like so, and close these bits up. The bits that were pegged into the legs now become part of the back, and that's a very clean backpack. Alright guys, we are almost done here. Now the legs are a tricky business, trust me. So we're going to split them, and we're going to work on this leg first. What you want to do is you want to open this up. You want to untab this bit, like so. And you want to have this bit rotate 180 degrees. And what I like to do is I like to use the fin as leverage to kind of either pull. This is actually a good thing because it's a ball joint. And if it's off, then you can just manually rotate it. So now we will just peg that back in, like so. And we will position the fin in this sense here. Da-da-da. Peg that in. Now with this fin, we're going to fold this bit in like so. And then fold that in so it cleans up the leg. Take this back fin, close it up, and flip this bit like so. Peg that into place. Finally, flip the foot down. And that's how you transform the leg. And you get from that to that, and it looks fantastic. So we're just going to do the same to the other side, like so. And make sure everything just goes down. We can now bring the shoulders down without shifting them down. That's an issue that I have. It's very tiny, and I never really think about it. But, you know, I like to nitpick. And he's pretty much done transformed, but he's not complete without his null rays. So we're just going to take them and peg them into these pegs on the side of his arms. Like so. Boys and girls, here we have Newage Lucifer in his robot mode. Now, like I said, this thing looks fantastic. The fact that he's small doesn't even matter at this point because, I mean, you could just upscale this and he would look amazing. The detail on the head is perfect. The look of the figure is perfect. This is Starscream through and through. There's no doubt about it. You have some die cast in this figure as well. You have die cast here at these skirts and this crotch section, which I don't know why they always have die cast at the crotch section. And you have die cast, like I said, at the thrusters and the feet, and they are cold to the touch. He is absolutely fantastic. We're just going to zoom in and get a look at that head sculpt. That is fantastic. He even has a little smirk because he's a little smug bastard. The back of the figure. Clean backpack. Can I just talk about these legs again? Oh my god, these are fantastic. We're going to talk about his accessories now because it's that time of the video and fuck you, it's my video. Fucking G. So like I said, he has a few accessories. One of which, once again, being these missiles. And so to apply them, it's very simple. We're just going to remove the null rays. Very easy to remove. And so now we can just peg the missiles onto Lucifer, like so. And that looks cool, but it doesn't look right for me. Starscream needs to have his null rays, so we're going to put those back on him in a sec. Perfect. Now, I only have one null ray on because I want to show you his other effect part. And this is quite possibly one of my favorite effect parts for a character. It's a little blaster effect, which kind of looks like a dildo. So what you essentially do is you can just put it right there and pew, pew. That looks pretty sick. We're going to get into more of that a little bit later with some cool posing. Like I said, he can also hold Megatron, and that just simply pegs into his hand like so. And that looks pretty damn sick. What I think is quite possibly the coolest feature of this entire little thing is he has interchangeable hands. That's right, folks. For as tiny as he is, he has so much playability. The hands come off on pegs. Cool. And you could replace them because he has a pair of pointing fingers, which look great. as well as a spread out hand, so you can get some of those really cool dynamic shots with him. And I believe that if you do end up buying the Skywarp and Thundercracker versions of Lucifer, you get his coronation set. You get his crown and his shoulder pads, which I would really like to get, because that would definitely complete my favorite character's look. Now, like I said, he definitely doesn't look complete without his stand. And there's a peg right here on his back, which was the peg from before. But if we just bend that down, we can peg him in. So now he's in the air. And that looks kind of dumb, so we're going to give you some cool poses to do with him. See, this is the one that I usually have him in, you know, with his hand like, pya, and him like, pya, and him like, pya. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Now, with these poses that I've been showing, I gotta talk about his articulation, because he has some great articulation for his size. He has a ball joint at his head, which is really hard to get a hold of because of these two shoulder pylons, but you can definitely look up and down and side to side and whatnot. His wings, actually, can go all the way up. That looks stupid, but it helps in using the arms for articulation. They have a ball joint, which can allow them to go 360. We're going to take these off. They can go full 360. They can go outward and downward for some reason because of the transformation joint. I can understand why they didn't include a like maybe a tab, because this guy's tiny. He does have a 90-degree bend at his elbow. He has a ball joint at his elbow, which allows it to go inward, and that looks really funny. And since his wrists are pegs, you do get some wrist swivel. He does have a waist swivel, and instead of a normal traditional crunch, it's at his crotch piece that goes down, so you can simulate a crunch. These front skirts can move up, which allows him to kick that far and back that far. I can confirm that he definitely can do the Jean-Claude. His hips are on a ball joint, so that allows it. A mushroom peg at his thigh allows for a swivel, a 90-degree bend at the knee, and a very nice ankle pivot. So posability on Lucifer is pretty fantastic for his size. You know, if there were ever to be a upscale of Lucifer, I'm sure that they would add something else, like maybe a changeable face, or possibly some more foot articulation, maybe some better arm articulation. But for this guy's size, you know, it's perfectly okay. I have no problem with this guy. Absolutely no problem. We're going to look at the size comparisons for this guy, because, as I've said probably 40,000 times, he is tiny. Here he is once again with Universe Deluxe Starscream, and here he is with an aborted fetus. So overall, guys, this is an absolutely fantastic figure. I highly recommend him. I'm rating the Newage Lucifer a 10 out of 10. This is a perfect figure if you're a Starscream fan, if you're a Transformers fan, if you're an action figure fan, if you're a fan of something that has to do with plastic. I don't care what it is. It could be gross, it could be sexy, it could be both. Get this figure. Acquire this figure. I got this guy at Big Bad Toy Store for $49.99, and yes, he's $50, and he's this tiny. But you're paying for quality. And let me tell you, there's a lot of quality in this figure. But that's pretty much all we have for today. My name is Seekers Blue, and I hope you guys have a good night. Be safe.